The roar of 50,000 alien throats shook the crystalline dome of the Kethmoran Coliseum. In the VIP section, Ambassador Veltar adjusted his ceremonial scales with barely concealed anticipation. Today would mark the end of humanity's pretensions to galactic citizenship. Presenting, the announcer's voice boomed across multiple frequencies. The beast killer of Proxima 7, the Gorthax Prime. The arena floor split open with a thunderous crack. From the depths below, something massive emerged. The Gorthax stood 12 feet tall, its forearms ending in bone-white claws that could shred starship hull plating. Rows of needle-sharp teeth gleamed from its elongated skull, and acid dripped from specialized glands along its spine. For 3 centuries, it had remained undefeated across 17 star systems. The crowd's excitement reached fever pitch as the beast tested the arena's energy barriers with experimental swipes. Sparks cascaded where claw met force field. And in the challenger's corner, the announcer continued, though his enthusiasm notably dimmed, representing the Terran delegation, Marcus Chen. The human gate opened with far less fanfare. Marcus walked into the arena wearing simple combat fatigues and boots, carrying nothing but a standard-issue knife. He stood barely 6 feet tall, weighing perhaps 1/5 of his opponent's mass. To the assembled alien dignitaries, he looked like an offering to appease some ancient god. In the diplomatic box, Ambassador Veltar leaned toward his human counterpart. "I do hope you understand this is merely ceremonial, Ambassador Hayes. Your species' application for military alliance consideration will be processed accordingly." Ambassador Sarah Hayes kept her expression neutral. She had argued against this demonstration, but Earth's High Command had been insistent. Humanity needed allies, and the Kethmoran Confederation only respected strength. The terms were clear, Ambassador. Single combat, no weapons beyond what each participant brings naturally. Veltar's chittering laugh drew annoyed looks from nearby Kethmoran nobles. "Naturally, yes, though I fear your champion brought rather little to this encounter." Down in the arena, Marcus stood perfectly still in the center of the sand-covered floor. The Gorthax circled him with predatory patience, testing the human's reactions with sudden movements and threatening postures. Marcus didn't flinch. He simply watched, his breathing slow and controlled. The crowd grew restless. They had come for spectacular violence, not this strange stillness. The Gorthax, perhaps sensing the audience's expectations, let loose a bone-rattling roar and charged. 4 massive arms windmilled through the air as tons of alien muscle thundered across the arena floor. Sand exploded with each pounding step. Marcus waited until the creature was 3 strides away. Then he moved. It wasn't the desperate scrambling the crowd expected. Marcus shifted his weight onto his back foot and pivoted sideways with fluid precision. The Gorthax's momentum carried it past him by mere inches. As it thundered by, Marcus's knife flickered, out once, a surgical strike behind the creature's primary shoulder joint. The wound was small, almost insignificant on the beast's massive frame, but the Gorthax stumbled, its left arm suddenly uncoordinated. Marcus had severed the neural cluster that controlled that side of its body. The crowd's bloodthirsty cheering faltered. This wasn't how these fights typically went. The Gorthax wheeled around, now favoring its right side. Bright blue blood seeped from the precise cut. It studied the human with new wariness, animal cunning replacing blind aggression. "Interesting," murmured Commander Jektar from the military observation deck. The human demonstrated anatomical knowledge of Gorthax physiology. But one lucky strike won't. The beast lunged again, this time leading with its functioning arms. Marcus didn't dodge this time. Instead, he stepped forward inside the creature's reach. The Gorthax's claws raked empty air where the human had been standing a split second before. Marcus drove his elbow upward into the soft tissue beneath the creature's jaw, then spun away as the Gorthax staggered backward. No flashy moves, no wasted motion, just applied biomechanics and perfect timing. The silence in the arena was becoming noticeable. The Gorthax shook its massive head, blue blood now streaming from its mouth. Its remaining arms moved more cautiously, probing for an opening, But Marcus had already identified 14 more vulnerable points on the creature's anatomy. Humans had studied Gorathak's physiology for months preparing for this moment. The third exchange lasted only seconds. The Gorathaks attempted a sweeping attack with both functioning arms. Marcus dropped low, rolled between the creature's legs, and came up behind it. His knife found the secondary neural cluster at the base of the beast's skull, not deep enough to kill but sufficient to disrupt its coordination completely. The Gorathax collapsed onto its side, paralyzed but alive. Its massive chest heaved with labored breathing as it tried to comprehend what had happened. Marcus stood over the fallen creature, not even breathing hard. He looked up at the stunned crowd, then at the diplomatic box where Ambassador Veltar sat with his mouth agape. The human calmly walked to the arena's edge and knocked on the force field barrier. "Medical assistance, please," he called out in perfectly accented Kethmoran. "The creature will recover fully if treated within the next few minutes." The silence stretched on. 50,000 beings who had come to watch a human die instead witnessed something unprecedented. Calculated, precise, almost surgical combat. No rage, no desperation, just cold analytical efficiency. Ambassador Hayes finally broke the silence over the diplomatic channel. "The Gorathax will live, Ambassador Veltar. We took care to study non-lethal takedown methods. We hope this demonstrates humanity's approach to conflict resolution, effective but measured." Commander Jektar was already activating his communication array. His superiors needed to know about this immediately. The humans hadn't just won, they had completely redefined the nature of the contest itself. As medical teams rushed onto the arena floor, Marcus Chen walked toward the exit gate. Behind him, the greatest arena beast in known space lay helpless but unharmed, victim not of superior strength or ferocity, but of something the Kethamoran Confederation was only beginning to understand: human ingenuity. The crowd remained silent as the arena gates closed.